Good morning to the YouTube streets. Good morning to the YouTube streets. I know it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. I know it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. This is your homegirl, Arabia Bosa 914, Westchester County, New York. I gotta get ready to leave and walk downtown this morning. It's Friday morning. I walked down there yesterday. Shout out to the chat. This is open panel. I know it's late at night. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that because when I got home, I took care of my personal needs. I ate. I put on the YouTubes, but it was on religious research because I'm interested in certain aspects about the Vatican and how the Vatican got started and how the corruption got started with the Vatican. And basically, all what happened was the government of Rome, the head of the Roman Empire, decided to convert to Christianity. And they didn't convert to Christianity because they were losing the battle of about fighting the Christians. They chose Christianity because they saw it as a religion that could be hijacked and used to control masses of people, and how those things are relevant today. But I'm not here to talk about the Vatican for another hour or even 30 minutes, even though it's original content. It's original content. See, when I come to this YouTube stage, to these YouTube streets, I don't use other people's content. I don't have to use people's images. I don't have to use their audio in order to do a reaction video. This is not a reaction channel. And that's where a lot of people in the sector get it twisted. They think they're doing reaction videos when they're not doing reaction videos. You're not educating anyone with the bullshit, with the tonteria, with the cyberbullying, the cyber harassment, the cyber stalking. That's not reaction content. You got a lot of people doing false flagging. Why do people false flag? I'm going to tell you why. It's not because they feel bullied. They don't feel harassed. They're not really being stalked. But what it is, why people false flag, is to silence the people or the person that they are personally attacking. That is why they do it. Shout out to the chat, because I'm going to give you a perfect example. Not on this channel, but on my Arabia Barbosa 914 channel, the channel where I was using my father's avatar, my father's picture as my avatar. That particular channel had been flagged for cyber bullying and harassment. Whoever did that bullshit, their flags didn't last, because those videos that they complained about didn't go down, and the channel is still up. All of my channels are still up, even though I may not be using those channels. But when I want to go back to those channels and use the content from those channels, guess what? That's what the fuck I do. You know why? Because I'm original. I don't copy after anyone. I'm not concerned about another person's swag. I'm not concerned about another person's swag. Shout out to the chat. We're going to read to you the definition of what I'm talking about. Good morning, Just Jay. Good morning. Reaction videos become gossip when these things happen. Personal attacks, tarnishing another person's reputation, stealing content. That is when reaction videos become gossip. That's when they become malicious. That is when they become weapons of mass destruction. It is a security concern on the YouTube streets. That's why people are having so many problems. That's why all the beefing is starting. That's why all the arguments are starting. We got people on this platform that are false flagging other YouTube creators. Why? To silence them. Shout out to the chat. Let's read the definition of real reaction video. What a real reaction video is. Just Jay, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general. Okay, Just Jay, I'm going to give you why I'm talking about it. The shit that's going on between Bishop, Farmer Nancy, and Sis Rabbit King. And I'm just breaking down what a reaction video is and what it's not. And reaction videos is not the shit that they be doing. Especially Sis. And especially other people in this sector. Reaction videos, let me read this again. Reaction videos become gossip, personal attacks, tarnishing someone's reputation, stealing content, lack of originality. A lot of people in this sector don't have originality. They don't know how to make content out of content. I can open up my refrigerator and make content out of it. I can go into my bathroom and let's say I decide I want to be on camera cleaning my tub or my bathroom floor. That's content. Like my morning walk videos, that's content. When I show people what I do, when I go on those work tickets, that's content. If I want to decide to cook something and come on camera and eating it and explaining to you what kind of food I'm eating and how I cooked it, that is content. Real reaction videos. Adding genuine commentary. So what I do is genuine and it's true. Promoting new content. That's what Just Jay does. When you do your videos about the cults, that's what you do. If you're talking about cooking shows, you're promoting new content. That's content. Documenting personal experience. Once again, that's what I do. That's what I do. But people don't support me like the way they would support a gossiping, false flagging content creator. Shout out to the chat. That's the thing, Just Jay. I don't need anyone's permission to do my content. Just like how I just pushed the live button for this video, I didn't need to call anyone. Okay, it's just like, let's say that I'm banned from off of YouTube. Let's just say, for example, which is not true. Let's say I'm banned from YouTube and I can't go live on my own. Let's say that I email another YouTube creator, right? Let's say it's you. Let's say I get in touch with you and I say, Just Jay, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to go live. You might be sleepy. You might be like, Arabia, I can't do it right now. You're going to have to wait until 6 o'clock in the morning. That means I'm at your mercy. We got people on this app that are banned. Like Garrick Chavis. Yes, I'm saying it. Garrick Chavis is fucking banned. He's not supposed to be hosting no YouTube channel with another YouTube creator. That's in clear violation of YouTube guidelines. The shit that they do over there is not original content. Doxing people is not original content. Anytime someone doxes someone, that's not original. That is cyberbullying, that is cyber stalking, but those people, they don't get punished. Nothing happens to them and nothing happens to their fucking channel. And I don't mean no harm. When the New York subway shooter went down in that subway with those guns and he shot the people he shot, nobody got killed. But he was charged with a domestic terrorist charge. He's serving 10 life sentences in the Federal Bureau of Prisons. But I'm going to tell you something else about that man. That man had a hit list of the YouTube creators he wanted to get. So people doing all this false flagging and all this other bullshit, there's consequences behind doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like last year, someone false flagged my bigger channel. They were trying to silence me. You know why? Because they didn't like what the fuck I was saying about them. And they're still here on these YouTube streets. But right now, their content is drying up. That's why they go to different people's channels. They try to fit in where they don't fit in. Just Jay, I think you understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Just like the other day, I did a video about telling the white racists to stay the fuck out of black people business. That's what the video was about. And I was up there for more than an hour talking, giving them facts, giving them the real deal about what history says about the racists. Because they seem to think they don't do anything fucking wrong. That's what my video was about the other day. Then the day before that, I did another video. So when I do content, I do content. That's real content. And like I said, this is not a reaction channel. This is not even a gossip channel. This is a channel where I'm talking about just about anything. I could talk about a book. I can talk about movies. But that's not my interest. I might feel like talking about me. Cause at least I can't strike me. I can't get in trouble about talking about me. Not at all. The thing that fucks with me is when people use other people's voices, their audio, and their images to do content. That's not content. And then they try to attack the person and tarnish their reputation, which is what people do to Lonnie. Lonnie be up there doing her exercise videos. Some people think it's a fucking joke. You know, they don't stay long on what she's doing. They criticize her. They try to tarnish her reputation, her name. We all know how she is, but they don't have to keep digging. And people do that because they want to destroy her, not from the outside, from the inside. They want the destruction of her soul. That's what they want. When I was in prison, I met this woman named Jules. Jules was in there on a life sentence. Jules was there because she murdered someone. When Jules first came to the penitentiary, Jules was a beauty queen. She was young, she was thin, she was fine, she was gorgeous. But on the inside, Jules was a monster because she killed someone. How she did it? She went up for parole. She didn't make it. She went again. She went again. She went again. After a couple of years, Jules started losing her good looks. Jules started gaining weight, but it wasn't a healthy weight. Jules lost her mind because she couldn't handle the fact that she had a life sentence, she was never going to get out, and that she had murdered someone. A lot of the women I did time with was in there for murder. They housed me in another cell with another woman, and most of them were in there for murder. I was either in a room with someone that had dealt drugs, which wasn't a problem, but those that was in there for murder, manslaughter, vehicular homicide. There were nights they couldn't sleep. There were days they couldn't function. You know why? Because they couldn't accept what the fuck they did to another human being, even if it was in self-defense. Those that were there for some kind of domestic violence situation and their partner was murdered, they don't rest. And they get a metallic taste in their mouth. It stays there. They complain about it. Shout out to the chat. Now, when I talk about my prison experience, that is content. That is content. And that's not doxing people because you don't know their last name. You don't know if I'm giving their real first name. But everybody I talk about is real. I give their real first names, not the last name. Shout out to the chat. What does BRB mean? Shout out to the chat. Yo, just Jay, I think you the only one in here. Those are not here will catch the replay. You know what I mean? See, when there's real content, nobody shows up. But when there's that fake, phony shit that tried to destroy another person's shit, trying to ride on someone else's coattails and shit, everyone want to be over here. We got one in the building. Thank you for coming in. That's Just Jay. I think that's Just Jay. Shout out to Just Jay. Y'all go over there and sub up to Just Jay. Sub up to Purple Heart Broadcast. Just Jay, you're gonna have to put your channel in the comment section. before I end this video. Shout out to you. Yeah, so just Jay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example of what I did one particular night when I was in here. Someone was live. I can't remember who it was, but whatever they were talking about didn't interest me. So you know what I did? I opened up an old channel I had. I went into the short section of that channel because I used to do a lot of shorts back then too. And then I found one short where I was using a voice changer. And one of the videos, I'm doing my intro, but the intro is being done backwards. Then there's another video where the voice is deepened and it sounds more computer-like. It's like an echo. I found that video. I found short videos where my image is there and I use that. Because I haven't changed in looks in a couple of years. It looks like I'm not aging. I hope I'm not a vampire or a ghost or one of them shape-shifting motherfuckers. I hope that's not what's going on. But I am growing gray hair on top of my head. I noticed that the other day. I noticed that when I had cut it, and as it's growing back, the stubbles of it, like when I brush it, I see all the gray hairs that wasn't there a few years ago. So I know I am no longer morning and daylight and sunrise. I know I am the sunset. I am dusk. I am 3:15 in the morning. Shout out to the chat. I'm an elder. In a few more years, I'll be able to apply for senior citizen housing. I'll be, 53 this year? So in 2 more years, I'll be able to ride the bus for $1 and I'll be able to apply for senior citizen housing. So my time on earth is shortening. It's getting shorter. It's not getting longer. Shout out to the chat. What's up, Hollywood Cole? What's going on? What's going on with you? Good to see you. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Yeah, I came up here real quick to talk about what a reaction video is and what it's not. And what a lot of people in this sector is doing, especially the content stealing. The content stealing, because we got some people in this sector that are what I call pirates. Even though me and Sis, we alright now, but I gotta tell the truth about Sis. He's a pirate. He steals people content. He does reaction videos, but he tries to destroy these people's reputation. He's not the only one. Plenty of the Quamites do it too. A lot of people in this sector do it. But I'm telling you, these people are not content creators. Anyone that uses someone else's audio in their image, that person is not a content creator. They don't know anything about creating. They don't know anything about originality. And I don't understand how people become monetized. How you become monetized using other people's shit. That's not content. It's not. Shout out to the chat. What I do, and I'm not really concerned about them because I know those channels are not going to last. They're all going to fall away. They're all going to disappear. What I do is real. Been real. When I do my walking in the morning, because I got my walk chat that was walking with me, that's content. When I show people what I do on my job, or just the layout of the place, that's content. If I want to turn on the camera and talk about my work gloves or my safety goggles, that's content. If I want to talk about my prison experience or my childhood, that's content. But if I want to talk about a book or a movie or what I'm researching right now, because right now I'm researching about the Vatican. I want to know how these people was able to hijack a whole religion and get masses of people to fall under their fucking umbrella. Because they was founded on peaceful terms, the Christian religion, and then it was hijacked by those that practice cannibalism, sexual violence. These are crimes. They practice crimes. It's all about corruption. It's all about how much money they can get. Just like I'm up here doing commentary. How many people gonna hit the Cash App? Mm-hmm. But they'll Cash App someone that's doing garbage content that's gonna not even last. This is 2026. People need to change their content. The reaction videos you think you're doing, they're not reaction videos. They are videos of malicious gossip. That's what it is. Thank God I don't drink no more. And you know what? A lot of people don't fucking like it. A lot of people don't fucking like it. They say all kinds of evil about Lonnie, about her going to the bar. But when I announced that I was becoming sober, that I didn't want to drink anymore, she encouraged me. She has never hit my link or come into my chat and say, Arabia, you know you want to drink. You know you want one. Because I know that I'm an alcoholic, but my behaviors when I was drinking, I'm thinking I was having fun. What all the alcohol was doing was releasing quicker my feelings. It was releasing everything that's wrong about me out onto the stage. Now it's no longer here. You got me. So I do the singing, I do the whispering, I do the screaming, I get emotional, and then I end the video. So we got 2 in the building. Because I remember back in the day when I used to just do videos and being here talking to myself. Shout out to the 2 in the building. Shout out to you. Thank you for your view. I appreciate you coming to spend time with me. I appreciate your visit. Welcome to my home. Or should I say everything in Swahili? That's another thing. I'm learning Swahili and Spanish, and some people in the sector can't fucking stand it. You know why they can't fucking stand it? Because they can't understand what the fuck I'm saying. It's just like if I want to call someone a clown and I want to say it in Spanish, I say payaso. If I want to say garbage or trash in Spanish, I'll say basura. If I want to ask you a question, I say, yo tengo una pregunta para ti. Yo tengo una pregunta para ti. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, I say, lo siento, no es culpa, es mío. Ven aquí conmigo. Ven aquí conmigo, mi gente, mi corazón. Ah, las comidas está lista para ti. The food is ready. Yeah. If I want to tell you to come with me in Swahili, I would basically say it like this. Twendi zetu. Kuja na mimi. Kula chakula. Miji baridi. Nini kuzimu kila wakati. Kuvuta kiti. Kachini. Unakaribishwa. If I want to tell someone else, I'll say, wewe ni mkundu, kufatu, kuwa makini. I can say it in Spanish too. If I want to tell someone, don't fuck with me, I'll say, no carajo conmigo. No carajo conmigo, coño. If I want to call you a liar, I say, mentiroso. I even made up a song. Mentiroso, payaso. Mentiroso, payaso. Mentiroso, payaso. Mentiroso, payaso means clown, liar, liar, clown. If I want to curse you out in Spanish, I'd be like, pendejo, vatos. Huh? People don't like it. People don't like when I mix the English with the Spanish and Swahili. They got an issue with it. Instead of doing your research and learning what the fuck I'm saying, they want to criticize. You want to criticize because you can't do it. You want to criticize because if you can do it, you're embarrassed to do it because you want to be correct about everything, but you're not going to be correct about everything because you're human and you're not God Almighty. Shout out to the chat. We got someone in the... Now, MC Nemesis, you have now been banned from my channel. Don't come back over here with your racist ass. I already told you don't come back over here. Take your cracker ass over there with the mother racist crackers. I don't give a fuck about you being a rapper. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Shout out to the chat. The same racist white boy always comes over to this channel. He always wants to hit the link. He always wants to come on a panel. This man is a fucking racist. He needs to go over there with the rest of his Ku Klux Klan members, these neo-Nazis. Basically, they are the children of Dr. Yaku. They come from black people, but because they don't have black skin, they feel it's okay to discriminate against us, to call us all kinds of names, to burn down our neighborhoods, to kill our people. Every time these white cracker racists get in our business, someone dies or some kind of massacre going on. They don't come over to the fox never comes to help. He only comes to eat. He only comes to destroy. And that's what those cracker white racists YouTube creators do. They call themselves creators. They're not. They're garbage. They're clowns. They're assholes. They're creeps. They're weirdos. And they're mad because their grandmother is actually a nigga. And they know it. I don't know why MC Nemesis just don't eat his own dick and die. Eat shit and die. Go back to the caves of Europe. Go live in the filth that you're already in. This man is a weirdo. So MC Nemesis, you have now been banned. And don't worry, I know all your other channel names. So you are forever banned over here. You're not allowed in my chat. You will never hit my link. Go suck a dick and die. Eat a bag of dicks. Put 2 scoops of fuck you up your flat ass and die. Kufa 2, cracker. Shout out to the chat. So I think I said my piece. I said enough. If people want to donate to the Cash App, it's $Arabia 914. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa 914, which is the county of New York. We still stuck down here in South Carolina, and we're enjoying our life. And we're talking about what a real reaction video is. And what I'm doing is, when I'm talking about these other YouTube creators, that's real reaction. I'm not trying to destroy them or nothing like that. Then I switch off to another subject. That's how you do a reaction. This is not a reaction. This is just a response to the shit I've been seeing in the sector. People like the false flag, and I already explained what a false flag is. Just like the other day, I put up something on my community wall talking about the Ku Klux Klan. Don't you know that YouTube removed it? But when these white racist motherfuckers do a video, YouTube don't take that shit down. They don't take that shit down. What I was doing was exposing them. What I was doing was giving the history of them. What I was doing, I was talking about what happened during the real Thanksgiving between the Pilgrims, the Puritans, and the Native Americans, and how those white racist motherfuckers from Europe who came out of the caves of Europe, and I'm telling you something, before they met the Moors, these people were savages. They were walking around on all fours. They were living in caves. They wasn't bathing. They was eating raw meat. They was killing each other. They was killing the animals that lived around them. They ate their babies. They ate their dead. You don't believe me? Google it. Do your own research about the cave dwellers that came from Europe. You got some with common sense and some just want to be assholes. They just want to be hateful. Shout out to the chat. That's why America is in the position that they're in right now. Like what's going on over there in South Africa, where the white population is saying that they're being racially profiled and discriminated against. Let's be honest. The white people that's in South Africa right now, they have been there for quite some time. They wasn't complaining when they had apartheid going on. There is a protest song, a freedom song, where people were singing the words, "Free Nelson Mandela, free Nelson Mandela, free Nelson Mandela." That song came out during 1984. I was a little girl then. I was 11 years old when I first heard the words of that song. And I looked at the news and I looked in the newspaper and they had Nelson Mandela in prison for what? For standing up for his rights in his country. The white races over there, the white population over there, the ones that are complaining about what's going on in South Africa right now, why don't they take themselves back to England and back to wherever other European country they came from? Because they wasn't complaining when they put Nelson Mandela in a prison for 27 years. They wasn't complaining when they went up against the black leadership in South Africa and started killing off the leaders, the leadership, certain groups and organizations. They wasn't complaining when they banished Winnie Mandela from her own hometown. They wasn't complaining then. They wasn't complaining when they came up on false charges against the mother of a nation, Winnie Mandela, one of my heroes. They wasn't complaining when they put her in jail for over a year. They didn't complain when they bombed her house in South Africa, but now they want to complain about how they are being treated. It's not your fucking country. Go back to Europe. Go back to your caves. Leave the people, the indigenous black South African people alone. Europeans that don't like what's going on now down there, go home. I don't give a fuck. You've been there for 2, 3, 4 generations. You instituted an evil called apartheid. It's ended now, but you did have it in place and on someone else's soil. It's just like I'm living in this house right now. Okay, let's say I'm in this house. I'm chilling. I'm doing what I need to do. Here comes someone else say, well, we getting ready to take over this house. We gonna eat up all the food in your refrigerator. We gonna take everything out of your cabinets and eat that. We gonna go in your bathroom and dirty that up. We gonna be sleeping in your bedroom. You gonna sleep outside. That's what those European people did when they went to South Africa. That's what they did when they came over here to America. That's what they did to every country they conquered. And now they want to cry and complain when people rise up and protest against them. I don't give a fuck what these white racist motherfuckers do. They need to stay out of black people business. They need to stay out of our chats. They need to stay away from our channels because I'm going to talk about Fannie Lou Hamer. I'm going to talk about Shirley Chisholm. I'm going to talk about Maxine Waters. I'm going to talk about Nat Turner. I'm going to talk about Malcolm X. I'm going to talk about Elijah Muhammad. I'm going to talk about Clarence 13X. I'm going to talk about Asante Shakur and the Black Panther Party. I'm going to talk about the Nation of Islam. I'm going to talk about the Marcus Garvey Pan-African movement that was here in this country and is still here, and how white people got in our business and tried to destroy our organizations. Yes. We got 2 in the building. It's 2:00 in the morning. It's time for me to leave you all this morning because I got to get ready to go to work, to participate in my life, to try to get all the work tickets somewhere today. Shout out to, it's almost the end of the weekend. People could be a big help by hitting the Cash App. $ Arabia 914. Just hit the Cash App. 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 Say what? Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Say what? Hit the Cash App. $ Arabia 914. You can drop $5 in there. You can drop $10 in there. You can drop $20 in there. You can drop $200 in there. I don't care what you hit. Donate to the channel. Hit the Cash App. I thank you in advance. I appreciate your support of the channel. Shout out to the chat. Sitting in the chat. Like the video. Hit the like button. Cocotazo that like button. Cocotazo, cocotazo, cocotazo the like button. Share the video. Help your girl out. Help spread the word. And people hate it that I stopped drinking. This is what they hate. They hate the real me. They hate common sense. They hate me because I'm a critical thinker, and they hate me because I ask questions. That's why I'm hated. When I call myself the BT 1000, that's real. And I don't give a fuck how nobody feels about me. They can suck a bag of dicks. They can eat a bag of dicks and die. Kufa too. You get 2 scoops of fuck you right up your ass. Shout out to the chat. All the haters. Kufa too. Kuwa Makini. Kuwa Makini. No carajo conmigo, coño. Don't fuck with me. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I think I've been up here a good 45 minutes. Shout out to the chat. Those that are not here, I hope you hear the replay. And when you hit the replay, I hope you hit a cocotazo, the like button. I hope you'll cocotazo and donate to the channel, $ Arabia 914. And I hope you share the video. I hope you share the video. The same people that can pay for someone tearing down someone and gossiping about them all fucking day for 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. You support that. You hit their Cash App all the time. You can hit my Cash App. This is real content over here. This is real fucking content over here. And I'm not done with my research about the Vatican. I'm gonna come out with a video talking about the Vatican. I'm gonna talk about Islam. I'm gonna talk about the Jewish religion. I'm gonna talk about every religion on earth, and then I'm gonna talk about the real faith systems of Black people and Native Americans and the indigenous people of the earth. Because what? We are the original. We are the original. There, after us, everyone is copying. Is a carbon copy of what we are, who we are. That's why they stole our names. That's why they took our religion. They tried to hijack the religions that we did create. Look at voodoo and Santeria and how the cave dwellers want to steal that. Look at them. Look how they stole the knowledge that came from Kemet, Ethiopia, and Egypt, and other places in Africa, and the Middle East. Look how they stole the knowledge and the resources from these other places, from these ancient empires. They are grave robbers. These people are grave robbers. And they put these dead people in the museum and nobody says nothing. Nobody says nothing. People need to start speaking up. People need to do content about that. Do content about that. Shout out to the chat. So we do have some real content creators, and then we got the fake content creators. And then we got the pirates. And then we got the people that try to maliciously destroy another person's reputation. Then we got people that doing false flagging. Yeah, it's a lot of that going on in this sector. And I'm going to be talking about it. Shout out to the chat. I'm out. I want to thank everyone that came in. Just Jay, Hollywood Cole. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my Cape Verdean heart. I want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you can hit the Cash App. All right, I'm out. Peace, y'all.